So the question is, will they call for you when crisis hits? So you know, or you maybe don't know, I had a dream very recently about crisis, but it was spelt with a K, Krisis. I knew in the dream that the word was crisis with a C, but was baffled about why it was spelt with a K. Anyway, I wake up and I hear in my spirit that there's a crisis coming. And when we see this crisis, we are to fear not, to not be afraid. We are to look up and realize that this crisis has come to propel us into prominence, new levels of prominence. So um, I've taken away several things from this dream. One is that there are new levels of prominence available for us as women leading right now. The second thing is that crisis is coming. And I don't know if that means personal crisis or global crisis, like the pandemic that we saw in the pandemic, but crisis is coming. And so, as I've been mulling on all of this, the questions come up again today for me. Will they call for you when crisis hits? When crisis hits in your industry, will you be the name that comes to mind as the person who we need to get to help us with this? And so that leads me on to a really one of my favorite case studies of Zoom. Zoom, the Zoom, the platform that I'm on right now recording this video, and the platform that really, really came into its own at the time of the pandemic that we lived through just 5 years ago, the coronavirus pandemic. Remember? So the story is that Zoom um, was set up by this young man who had a long distance relationship, and he wanted really good quality conferencing facilities that would be user friendly, not only on his laptop but on his phone too. That was the kind of aim of behind the development of Zoom. And he became really obsessed with customers' experience of conferencing calls. He really wanted he really wanted his software to be a great experience for the users, whether they were on laptop, computer, or their phone, any device. He wanted them to be able to use the platform on any device. That was his thing. That was what was driving him. And he really went about it. It was a saturated market. The story has it that, he got rejected. His idea got rejected numerous times. He still went about building it. It was in a very saturated market. There were so many other providers. I remember Skype was the market leader, if you all remember that, when everybody was on Skype. But he kept going. He kept going, developing himself, developing his product, developing it some more, seeing how it goes, testing it, developing it some more, putting it out there, developing it, testing it some more. And then the pandemic hit. The pandemic hit, and all of a sudden, everybody needed to get online. And guess who they called for? Zoom. It was one of the five top growing businesses globally at that time. Why? Because before the pandemic, before the crisis, that Zoom was building its reputation, building its product, building its ethos, building its brand, building its service, building its customer relationships, building, building, building. And we all know the rest is history. Chances are you have been on a Zoom call today, right? Because why? Because they were ready, they were in people's minds, they had a reputation, they were ready when crisis hit. Well, my dream that I had recently has planted the seed that crisis will come again. And the question that I want to ask you is, will your name come up when the crisis hits? Will they think about you? Will you be the natural choice? Will you be the obvious choice, the obvious person to go to when this next crisis hits? It's going to require that you are known, prominent, seen, heard, understood, that your message is clear, that your what you stand for, what you can do, your skills, your talents, what you bring to the table, all of this needs to be polished, it needs to be clear, it needs to be in people's minds, it needs to be out there, and that's what I want to help you with. If you think that it doesn't matter because you work for an organization, we need to think again. We need to think again because and now, more than ever, in this AI world of ours, in this technologically advancing world of ours, what distinguishes you, what makes you a distinct value proposition, um, a unique asset in your space is what will make you in demand, is what will get you to be top of mind, it's what will get you the next level of promotion, it's what will get you to be called when the rubber hits the road. So think about this. Will you be the natural choice? And what are you known for? What What are your ideas and insights and gifts and talents? What are you bringing to the table that's so unique that when crisis hits, you're going to be the person that they think of? Let me know how this is landing, what you think. Let me know if you're clear on this. Share it with me. Share with me what you stand for, what they'll call you for, what you're the natural choice for. See you later.